Thanks for that report. Conference rivals in this one, Clark. Does that matter as much as people think, or is it just another game?
I still think it matters to the players. I mean, they're a little less emotional now, rivalries. They're not as heated, a little more practical. I think it's mostly about making the playoffs and where you're seated.
Let's take a look at our starters for Sacramento. Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Bielitsa is out there with Holmes, and it's Barnes in at the 3. And for Los Angeles, Ron and Bradley are the guards. Green and Davis in at the forward positions. And it's McGee in at the center, filling out the middle. Now here's Joseph. Hield outside. 5 to shoot. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And so James will bring it up for Los Angeles. And no good. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Barnes outside. Now here's Joseph. Back to Barnes. 6 to shoot. And it's Anthony Davis with the rebound.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often. And he just bangs down the one-hander.
2 very easy points right here.
He'll take those all day long.
James against Joseph. McGee with the block.
Yeah, if you had to pick the top priority from McGee, I think that's it. Contest shots, block shots, get in the air, use that length to deny shots at the rim.
And the GOAT conversation. LeBron has said his motivation is to surpass Michael Jordan as the greatest of all time. Greg, what do you think he needs to do to bolster his case?
I think for the naysayers, the obvious answer is more rings. You look at the other numbers, including those 8 consecutive finals appearances, LeBron is in the discussion.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, James. And LeBron James, Clark, climbing the all-time scoring list. Last season passing Michael Jordan. This season, Kobe Bryant. Clark, any chance LeBron someday passes another Laker great, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, for the most career points in NBA history?
I think it's simply a matter of his health, because if he stays healthy, then it's not if, but when. By the time his contract runs out, guys, in 2022, he'll be right in that neighborhood of my all-time favorite player, and I think the greatest player to play, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Just over a minute and a half played here in this one. Passes it to Davis. Back to LeBron. Lets it go with a 3. But they'll get another chance. Davis. Here's McGee. It's hauled in by the Kings.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Barnes outside. That's tipped. It's stolen by Green. Plays it in off the breakaway.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Joseph against James. Joseph down low. Now here's Barnes. He's guarded by Davis.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart who holds his ground, and because of his timing and length and athleticism, he's an excellent shot blocker.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played.
And they're 1 of 5 to start this game. Just really haven't gotten into a flow offensively.
And it's Davis with the jam.
just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways, and that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket.
So the Kings call timeout, their first.
And guys, at this point in his career, Anthony Davis just entering his prime. Crazy to think when you look at what he's already accomplished thus far.
In front of you now is a list of the players with the highest shooting percentage last season. Third is JaVale McGee.
Put the ball in the bucket. I mean, that's the name of the game, right? I mean, just ask him. He'll have the answer for you.
Joseph looking around. Knocked away. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there.
You two.
And it's the Kings with the ball. Bielitsa passes to Joseph. Tipped away. Just 5 to shoot. Hield kicks to Bielitsa. Joseph dishes to Hield. Sacramento again missing.
Having a hand up in your face makes such a difference to a shooter.
And, you know, he's a guy who knows how to defend the three-point shot. He's not going to just give it to you. He's going to make you earn it.
Here's Joseph. Following the basket by JaVale McGee. Joseph, the pass to Hield. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And now a look at LeBron James here, coming off a terrific season. He put up about 27 points per game last season, 8 assists and 8 rebounds. And you talk about guys who just have a nose for putting up points. He is one of them.
Yeah, he sure is, and he rarely has back-to-back bad games. If he has an off night, he usually follows that up with a big night.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
You know, they need to stay aggressive here. Build the lead up while they've got the chance. Don't waste this opportunity.
Here's Holmes. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Kevin, I like when Barnes is focused on moving the ball. I mean, it makes his team better. I love his willingness to get that ball moving.
Joseph against LeBron. Outside, Davis. Over Bielitsa. He can't get that one, so the Kings will take it the other way. Poked loose. Now here's Bradley, the fast break opportunity, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Harrison Barnes picks one up. What do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Los Angeles?
They pounded the ball inside in the first half, forcing the D to collapse, and that frees up the shooters going forward.
Shooting two. So another factor in their offense so far has been their ability to convert and score off turnovers.
That free throw good from Avery Bradley. On opening night, Clark, both teams would love to start off, obviously, on a winning note.
Without question. I mean, setting that winning tone, gaining that confidence that comes from winning, and they all count. Wins today are just as important as wins that you get in March and April.
Both free throws good from Avery Bradley.
You look at the Lakers desperate to surround LeBron with talent to win now. They have improved, but is it enough to go deep in the West?
Now here's Joseph. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Clock at 6. Hield kicks to Joseph. And a miss there on the triple. And the Lakers, for decades, Clark, a magnet for superstar free agents.
Yeah, and you know, guys, in recent years, more of a mixed bag in that regard. Whether it's the turmoil in the Lakers organization, I think that's part of it, or the prospect of playing in LeBron's shadow. A number of elite players have elected to go elsewhere thus far.
The pass to Barnes. Inside. McGee with the block, and he gets it back. Holmes passes to Barnes.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And the wide open shot from Green. From outside, off the mark. The Kings trail by 11. Joseph against Bradley. Here's Holmes. Sacramento needs to get off a shot. Drills the three-pointer. Barnes has got it back down to single digits for the Kings.
And after missing 4 straight, he finally gets one to go.
On the wing, James. Covered by Barnes. Over Barnes. The shot's good from LeBron. LeBron's got 5 points so far.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
Tell you what, forget about easing into the game. They came out with guns blazing.
Let's check out some stats for McGee. A very nice season for him last year. 3rd in shooting percentage and one of the great shot erasers in our game, providing the last line of defense. How about top 5 in the league for blocks?
And it's a pretty terrific feat to finish top 3 in field goal percentage. Just a testament to how hard he works to become the consummate pro. Here's Farrell. 9 points last game. With the floater and the rejection by James. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. And Los Angeles with some changes. Alex Caruso comes in for Avery Bradley. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Davis. Sacramento also making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Giles comes in for Bielitsa. And it's Bogdanovich in for Buddy Hield. Now here's Howard. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And he also dominated the glass out there. He hit the boards hard and often.
Now here's Barnes. Following the miss by Kyle Kuzma. Here's Giles. Pass to Dedmon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. This is his first free throw of the game.
2 shots.
He's off on the first. Trevor Ariza's checked in for the Kings. Good on the second free throw. Rondo with it. Pass to James. Basket is good. The assist from Rondo. 7 points for LeBron.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Count that bucket.
You got to do more than that to keep the ball out of his hands down low.
Exactly. I mean, deny him the ball in the first place. Don't let him get it.
Now here's Rondo. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Howard dishes to LeBron. Misses the 3. The Kings trail by 9. Here's Here's Bogdanovich. Good D by James. Lakers have gone 50% from the field in the first quarter, 8 of 16. Well, Greg, it took some time for Bogdanovich to make it over to the NBA, but you can see why he was worth the wait.
And Bogdanovich showed some flashes of his great shooting that rookie year and only improved on that last season. Still, you know, in his mid-20s, he should only continue to get better as he adjusts to the NBA.
It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Here's LeBron. Here's Howard. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. That one is on Ariza.
And last season, really not a fun one for Dwight Howard as he missed a lot of time. A lot of games left on the table by him as he has battled those back issues.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Free throw good, Howard. And with Howard, his presence was missed in the lineup last year due to injuries.
And Howard isn't what he once was, but he can still make a difference on the floor. That size and rebounding really hard to replace on a team by just one player.
Good on both.
You know what? Still a consistent double-double threat every game is Howard, wanting to prove how valuable he is.
Here's Farrell. He's still scoreless so far in this one. And there's the call on Howard. That's foul number 2 for him.
I think he has to play more conservative from this point on. I mean, that's 2 fouls already.
Giles kicks to Farrell. Back to Giles. It's stolen by Rondo.
And that has been a huge problem for them here early in this game.
Well, that's a big reason for the deficit, Greg. I mean, they've had trouble squeezing the orange.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
This is exactly what you want Farrell to do. I mean, when there's somebody open, he's got to find him.
LeBron passes to Howard. Back to James. The 11-footer. Basket good. LeBron's got 9.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
Now, here's Ariza. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Giles. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on LeBron James.
Really the right play defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Yeah, exactly. Prevent the layup. Give them a little bump, and then maybe they'll think twice about coming into the lane next time. And if they don't think about it, at least they might be distracted by your presence.
And he knocks down the first one. Los Angeles making a switch here. Caldwell Pope's checked in. Harrison Barnes, he's checked in for the Kings. And he makes the first, but misses the second. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Los Angeles Lakers. 11-point game. But he stays with it. That shot by Caldwell Pope, no good. Here's Farrell, and it's sent back by Howard.
Excellent timing by Howard. He knows exactly when to jump to deny shot attempts. .110 left to play here in the first.
Back to Barnes.
And, you know, you want to keep seeing this from Kuzma, I think. Active, engaged, and being effective on the defensive end.
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark.
And guys, I know there are a lot of questions right now defensively for this team. There's no doubt about that.
A three from Barnes. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target.
Caruso kicks to Rondo. A three-pointer off the mark. Here's Farrell. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
So fast and quick on the attack. Whenever Farrell is coming at you with all that speed, he can overwhelm you.
Kuzma outside. Over Giles. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And as we conclude the first quarter, a one-sided game so far. Lakers lead by 11. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. Well, you see a lot of players who pick up the controller and fire up NBA 2K, thank goodness, including the king himself, LeBron James.
I play 2K all the time. Seriously, when I'm playing the game, I'm putting certain lineups on the court that I see could actually help us in real life, which is very weird.
Always experimenting, always keeping his mind engaged, Greg, with basketball.
And that's who Bron is. He lives, breathes, and eats basketball.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And for the Lakers, this has been the game they wanted to have.
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. We've got Farrell. Giles is out there with Harrison Barnes. Then it's Dwayne Dedmon, and it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard position. Here's Kuzma. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And Kyle Kuzma, a late pick in the 2017 draft, but he's shown that he's as strong a prospect as any.
Yeah, flew under the radar as a prospect, but came in with a very refined game and was an impact player early on. Has already started to expand his game. Should see an even bigger role as he develops as a player.
That free throw missing. A go-to scorer's mentality for Kyle Kuzma, Clark. He's got a wide array of shots at his disposal.
Well, I don't know if there's a more versatile scorer as a young player in the league than Kuzma. He's got the turnaround jumper, the sky hook, step backs, drives it aggressively. Boy, he has got a lot in that book bag of his.
A lot of guys like to shoot off the dribble, but Clark, there are some that really are better at it, shooting off that catch in the NBA.
Yeah, and who do you have in mind, Kevin? I got a couple of names that I'm thinking about. What about you?
Well, I'm thinking of Klay Thompson because that backcourt is so prolific, and he's been so great at that, and that's kind of been his trademark.
Yeah, it has been. Redick would be another guy.
Yes, another good
that
one.
I think that would come to mind. And even though he's later in his career now, but Kyle Korver, one of the very best we've had in the league at shooting off the catch.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, after years and years of rebuilding, the Kings are finally a team on the rise, and they're earning respect. Draymond Green said they've got a lot of young talent, never quit. Probably the fastest team in the history of the NBA. Green said after he plays them, I leave the game exhausted. I go home, I'm dead. And Kevin, we know that Green is pretty accustomed to going all out.
David, he sure is. He's got a lot of engine in him. Thank you so much.
Shooting 2.
That one is off.
And guys, you have to be able to knock down your free throws. Struggling with that this quarter. Good way to let your opponent back in the game.
Anthony Davis, he's checked in for Alex Caruso. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for the Kings. Bielitsa comes in for Giles. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. Caldwell Pope against Barnes. Farrell for 3. And the rebound goes to Howard. Howard's got his 4th rebound in this one. Caldwell Pope outside. Howard against Barnes. Here's Davis. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And the trade for Anthony Davis, a risk for the Lakers, but they feel, Greg, that both sides will find an extension this offseason.
There is mutual interest from both sides. Lakers made the trade confident Davis would resign. A bit of a leap of faith, but the Lakers did everything they could to secure Davis
Take a break.
long
Take
term.
a break. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Anthony Davis.
Davis is really the total package, a mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
Danny Green, he's checked in for the Lakers. Sacramento also making some changes. Buddy Hield comes in for Bogdanovich. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Yogi Ferrell. And both free throws good for Davis. The Kings trail by 9. And here is Joseph. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Hield against Caldwell Pope. And it's sent back by Howard. They retain possession. And they pick up 2.
Lay off Joseph too much, and he has no problem taking these shots. Excellent at catching and shooting.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Stolen by Joseph. And the Kings pushing it up now. Knocked loose. Caldwell Pope against Joseph. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Barnes looking around. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. Joseph finds Barnes. Back to Joseph. Shot clock at 5. Lets the 3 fly. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Howard's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Caldwell Pope. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. And the Lakers lead by 9.
Yeah, cashing in close. Caldwell Pope showing you there. He's more than just a jump shooter.
Joseph dishes to Barnes. Right side, Joseph. Back to Barnes. Takes a 3. Buries it from 3-point range. Barnes has got his 2nd bucket tonight.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
Here is Cook. He's coming off a 10-point game against Golden State. Davis kicks to Caldwell Pope. He sticks that one in from 20 feet away. Caldwell Pope's got 4 points this quarter. And so it's Joseph with it. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. Trailing here by 8. 3-pointer. And the rebound goes to Howard. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. Here's Caldwell Pope. And that one is off. Good D by Hield. Outside, Joseph passes it to Holmes. Dishes it to Hield. And it's off from three-point range. Lakers leading by 8. Here is Cook. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Outside, Green. Down low. And there's the feed to Davis. His second miss, now 2 of 4 on the game. Hield against Caldwell Pope. Hield kicks to Barnes. Feeds it to Joseph. Fades. The rebound by Cook.
Well, I admire the fact he's trying to power through this rough stretch, but on occasion you'll have periods like this.
And Caldwell Pope gets the basket.
Really starting to find himself now, guys, after getting shut out in the first quarter.
The Kings trail by 10.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Joseph. Again, the miss by the Kings.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
And Clark, your love for the Buckeye State has never been questioned. What was the best part of growing up as a kid in Ohio?
Well, I think a number of things. One, having family around, extended family as well as immediate family, but also the sports love that exists throughout the state and being able to experience that and enjoy that. With my dad and siblings, that's special. And having a career in basketball that I've had makes it even more special.
The first one falls.
Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, his defensive quickness sets him apart.
And the Lakers with some changes. JaVale McGee's checked in for Howard. Bradley comes in for Danny Green. And James subbed in for Quinn Cook. And Caldwell Pope drops them both.
He's as solid as it gets from the line. I mean, give him the opportunity. He's cashing in on those.
Joseph against James. And the foul on Avery Bradley. That is his first foul of the game. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Caldwell Pope. Bielitsa against Davis. And Bielitsa kicks to Hield. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And it's Rondo in the corner. Los Angeles with another miss. The Kings trail by 12. Hield, the pass to Joseph. It's stolen by Bradley. Now the Lakers on the break. James with the ball. And the dunk by LeBron.
Tell you what, even though he's a little older now, James still a force in transition.
Rondo against Joseph. Rondo with the steal. And now here's Rondo, the fast break opportunity. That's in for the first basket of the game after 3 attempts.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. You look at James, what a contribution.
I mean, he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
Now that we have a chance, let's go to the 2K leaderboard and reveal last season's top shot blockers. 5th on the list, JaVale McGee.
And shot blocking is the element of the game that I think he cares about the most. That's where he puts in that effort and energy.
Joseph against Rondo. Joseph, the pass to Holmes. Hield outside. Just 5 on the clock. They need this one. A rebound by the Lakers. Davis has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Here's Rondo. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Rondo's got his second basket.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
Joseph against LeBron. Outside, Joseph. Lets it go from the wing. Connects. The jumper drops. Joseph's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, I'm not sure how that one found the bottom of the net, but hey, you take it when it comes.
Back to James. Rondo looking around. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. Over Bielitsa. And Davis can't get it to go.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Lakers. To the left side wing. Rondo, bounce pass. And the rejection by Holmes. And so it looks like the Lakers will retain possession here. The Lakers making a switch here. Kuzma's checked in. Sacramento also making some changes. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Rashad Holmes. Bogdan Bogdanovic comes in for Barnes. And Yogi Ferrell subbed in for Joseph. Shot clock at 6. A shot by LeBron, no good. The Kings trail by 16. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Bradley against Hield. Kicks it out to Bogdanovic. They double him with LeBron. It's Bielitsa, and they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. Here's LeBron. A 23-point game for him in the win against Golden State.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Kuzma passes to LeBron. It's stolen by Hield. The pass to Ferrell. Got a piece of it. Rondo with the steal. And they're moving it up. Up the floor. And Davis gets it to go on the assist by James. Davis has got 4 this quarter.
And I'll tell you what, guys, I think that's the best part of James's game. And he's got a lot of good parts, but his vision is otherworldly.
And Bielitsa kicks to Bogdanovic. Dedmon dishes to Bogdanovic. Shoots over Kuzma. A nice shot by Bogdanovic. Bogdanovic has got 12.
Well, you certainly can't fault him as the reason they're behind. He's been on target and on top of his game.
LeBron passes to Bradley. And here's Rondo. LeBron outside. Shot clock at 2. Outside, Davis. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
And let's take a look now at the stats for Bogdanovic. How he performed last season. Came in about 14 points per, 4 assists and 3 rebounds. And his rookie season, an opportunity to learn the NBA game. He's hoping to take a larger role in his sophomore campaign.
Well, he had the whole summer to work on his game now. I believe he will take that next step forward in his development.
And you've got to be up on Hield, especially when he's beyond the arc. If not, he'll burn you.
And the Lakers turn it over again.
Let's see some of the numbers here on Buddy Hield. He had a strong showing last season. 7th in three-point field goal percentage. And he was top 10 in free throw percentage. Did not waste opportunities to convert at the line.
And you know, back to his tremendous efficiency from 3 last year, top 10 in the league, he's truly a dead-eye shooter when he gets it going. Gets that one to drop. That's his 3rd field goal in 8 tries.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Kuzma outside. To the middle. Here's Davis.
Oh my goodness! That was special. How about the leaping ability of Davis? Easily gets off the ground to throw it down. And he's a quick jumper and decision maker.
Ferrell kicks to Hield. 20 seconds left here in the second. Here's Here's Farrell. He's guarded by Davis. And there's the call on James. That'll be his second foul of the game. "12 seconds left in the first half. Now Hield to the left wing. Farrell for three. That shot off, and so it's Los Angeles. 13 points up at the end of the period. Their transition game has been in full effect. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. LeBron, are you getting the ball where you want to get it, and is that helping you score?
I'm very pleased with my individual performance right now, but not so pleased with how I'm trying to help our teammates. I got to do a better job of trying to get our teammates in the flow, as well as keep myself in a good groove too. So hopefully I can do a better job of that in the second half.
We'll see how it goes. Thanks, LeBron. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. LeBron James had it going on in the first quarter. He had 11 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And taking a look at the Lakers, Shaq, what'd you think?
In simple truth, they just got hot. Didn't matter what the defense was doing, Ernie, they were definitely able to rise above it. Even the tough shots, did you see that one shot? I don't know how they even went down. They can carry this over to the second half. It's going to be hard to beat them, boy. Woo-wee.
And over to Kenny now. Your take on the Kings.
I look at the lack of free throw attempts as a key indicator. Because the funny thing about getting to the charity stripe, you have to earn it. You have to put your body in harm's way and be physically willing to take the hit. Right now, one team's playing aggressively and the other team isn't. That's the big difference in the score.
And that'll do it for us. The third quarter about to begin with Kevin Harlan standing by. We'll catch you on the flip side, my brother.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Bogdan Bogdanovic really making a difference here.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
At the 2 and the 3, it's Bradley and Green. JaVale McGee is out there with Anthony Davis. And it's James in at the point. That's the group starting the second half for Frank Vogel. Bradley can't get it to go.
We know how good a shooter he is. It's frustrating for him when he's not able to knock down that kind of wide open look.
Stolen by McGee. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Bradley, no one around him. Drains it from 17 feet out. Bradley's got 6.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
You know, they've been the more up-tempo team, clearly. It's helped them gain the advantage in this one. Boy, defense non-existent there, but they catch a break as he whiffs it.
And really, for a long time, the specter hanging over Buddy Hield was he's the player who was traded for DeMarcus Cousins. Hard billing to live up to, but he has made some giant leaps with his development.
Outside, Davis, and it's Bjelica with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. And Hield has slowly but surely turned himself into one of the elite shooters in the NBA.
And guys, to be as locked in as he is from deep with his height and release is deadly. He's the kind of player who gets better as his teammates get better around him, and he is just now finding his stride. And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Barnes against Bradley. Shot by Hield, nobody around. From out on the wing, he knocks it down. 9 points in the game so far. Lakers leading by 16. Pass to LeBron. Over Joseph. Off the left rim and out.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And there it is for him. And that's 11 points for Buddy Hield.
Yeah, Joseph adept at finding his open teammates, and that's exactly what you want from your point guard.
James, the pass to Bradley. Outside, Davis. McGee finds James. 5 on the clock. They get a hand on it. Hield with it. He's picked up by LeBron. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
We all know Hield can shoot it, but for him to get better, he's got to keep adding different dimensions to his game.
The Kings shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Numbers last year for them, just about 73%, so the bottom third of the league.
Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. Clark, a big part of your game was rebounding. You controlled the glass so well. What's one thing you would tell young viewers if they wanted to improve their rebounding?
You know, I'm a little bit out of the norm here, but the biggest thing to me for rebounding is pursuing the ball. Boxing out is important, but pursuing the ball and good timing are the most important elements of rebounding. And that's what I would have players focus on. Pursue the ball.
And it's Bradley with the ball for the Lakers. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. The Kings trail by 12. Outside, Joseph. Over James. That one a little long. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. And the Lakers turn it over again. This break in the game gives us a chance to look at the teams with the most points off turnovers last season. Number 1, the Kings.
Yeah, I mean, the best in the league at forcing those miscues and then capitalizing at the other end. Their defense led to their offense.
LeBron against Joseph. Barnes outside. Lets it fly. That one off the back iron and out. Lakers leading by 12. James finds Green. He trains the quick shot. Green's got his second basket of the night. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. Holmes. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And it's slammed in by Davis.
When he's on the floor, offensive rebounding is always going to be a strength for them.
Greg, he keeps so many possessions alive, doesn't he?
And you know, those second chance opportunities can be game changers. He represents so much value to this team because of what he does.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles, Dwight Howard. He's checked in for JaVale McGee. And it's Kentavious Caldwell-Pope in for Avery Bradley. And that one falls for Anthony Davis. The Kings trail by 17. Pass to Hield. On the wing, Barnes. Kept alive. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
It's never easy trying to keep him off the glass. He's an absolute beast down there.
The Kings shooting their 7th free throw attempt here. Cook, he's checked in for the Lakers.
One shot.
Here is Cook. No points in the game yet for him. It's stolen by Hield. Barnes outside. It's Bielitsa. Dwight Howard grabs the board. Howard's got his 8th rebound here tonight. And stolen by Barnes. 4 on 3 as they bring it up. Passes it to Joseph. Back to Barnes. From inside, the shot's good. Barnes has got 8 points.
Hey, sometimes Barnes is just too quick and skilled on the block, and there's not much you can do to stop him.
LeBron dishes to Davis. And James throws it down.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Boy, picture-perfect teamwork that time, guys. One guy sacrificing for the other. That's how you succeed in this league.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And a moment now to look at the stats for Davis. He's coming off an excellent season. He was around 26 points a game last year, 12 rebounds, and almost 2.5 blocks. It's hard to wrap your head around numbers like these, but that is just what he delivers night in and night out.
You know, it's so easy for us to take him for granted, to get spoiled with what he does. I think we've got to be more appreciative of the kind of impact this man has in every game he plays.
First free throw is good.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Yeah, you know what? And I think they've just got to keep on keeping on. Keep drawing contact, attacking, getting to the line. That will certainly give them a chance to get back into the game.
Alex Caruso, he's checked in for the Lakers. Both free throws good from Hield. And Caruso's got the ball here for Los Angeles. They led by as many as 18 points. Here's LeBron, and the shot goes in. He's got 15.
Well, you got to do more than that to stop LeBron. I mean, he's strong, and when he gets up ahead of steam, he's a freight train.
Knocks it loose, and the ball out of play. The Kings will inbound. Bogdanovich is checked in for Bielitsa. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Score the basket. It's number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
You know, maybe he's not one of the elite sharpshooters, but even still, that's not a shot the D can afford to give him.
Here's Caruso. And the rejection by Holmes. That's a 2 from Hield. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. Howard, the pass to LeBron, floats it up for Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely sleep.
And the next one puts them in the bonus.
Yep, they'll be trying to draw that next foul quickly so they can start getting those easy chances at the stripe.
And the Lakers making a change here. Kuzma's checked in. Left side Joseph from deep. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by LeBron. Here's Caruso. Howard, the pass to Caruso. That's good. And so Howard with the assist. Caruso's got his first points of the game.
And, you know, I think this is exactly what you want Howard to do. I mean, when somebody's open, show that you're willing to give the ball up.
Outside Bogdanovich. Fires top of the key. And the basket is good. Bogdanovich has got 17 now. Here's Caruso. Outside, Davis. Kicks to James. Kuzma outside. Lakers passing it around. Clock at 6. Over Barnes. Offensive rebound. Davis. He feeds it to Howard. Unable to get that one. Now Sacramento takes it the other way. To the inside. Outside, Joseph. Outside, Bogdanovich. Hield outside. Jacks up a three. Drains it from beyond the arc. Hield's got 11 in the second half.
And he's clearly led the way offensively. The question is, can they ride him and get back into it?
LeBron against Joseph. Outside, Davis. And stolen by Barnes. Over Davis. That one rolling around and rims out.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting. The 7th overall pick in 2012 out of North Carolina, Harrison Barnes won a title in Golden State. Signs the big contract with Dallas, but yet to achieve the stardom that many predicted back in high school.
Joseph, the pass to Hield. No good on the triple. Los Angeles leading by 10. It's Kuzma penetrating. Good on the shot. Greg, you look at Harrison Barnes. What's his best role?
I mean, Kevin, he's a hard worker, able to hit the spot up three. Defensively, his strength gives him some versatility, just a solid contributor.
Rajon Rondo's checked in for James. Farrell's checked in for the Kings. Clark, when you think of athleticism, specific, talk about the changes athletically we've seen in the league, say, since the 80s.
It's dramatically different. I mean, there have been tremendous athletes through every decade of the league's existence, but it's gotten better with improved training and more knowledge about the anatomy of the body and how to enhance its performance. But now it seems like great athletes are, you know, a dime a dozen versus 8 to a dozen back in the 80s.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Los Angeles.
They really haven't backed away from running and gunning at any point, but their legs still look fresh.
Something else they've done is force a lot of mistakes defensively, and they've been turning those turnovers into points.
And the first one drops.
You know, some folks were saying Kuzma wouldn't even get drafted a few years ago. That's why this draft stuff is more art than science sometimes, but he has proven his doubters wrong very quickly.
And both free throws good for Kuzma.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
100% since halftime? Come on now. I'm not sure this lead's going away anytime soon with that kind of marksmanship.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
Yeah, you know, just look at the numbers, guys. I mean, they are being taken to the woodshed in the paint.
While we have the time, let's take a look at last season's best transition teams. Number 1, the Kings. The Lakers second.
It's all about the fast break with these two groups. I mean, they were terrific a season ago, playing at a breakneck pace.
Here's Barnes. 8 points for him. Here's Farrell. Here's the pass to Hield. Shot clock at 5. Poked away. It's stolen by Davis. And it's Rondo with the ball for Los Angeles. They led by as many as 18 points. Now the feed to Davis. And it's good, coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Rondo's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Farrell. He's covered by Rondo. Shot to stop the run. Anthony Davis grabs the miss. Davis has got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Here's Caruso. Feeds it to Howard. Overhealed again, Los Angeles.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Trying to get open is Bogdanovich. Sacramento again missing.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
Timeout called by the Kings.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
I think this timeout, guys, is where you draw up some plays that are guaranteed to create some high percentage shots.
JaVale McGee's checked in for the Lakers. Bradley comes in for Anthony Davis. Barnes outside for the three. Buries the long-range jumper. Barnes has got 11 points.
Watch out. Now that he's got his first three of the half, there might be more in store.
Rondo passes to Bradley. Overhealed, and he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for two. That one is unhealed.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
At the line for two.
And that one misses. And the second free throw, good.
And right now, at about 85% from the line, that's up from where it was in that first half.
Now, here's Bogdanovich. Tight defense on him. Launches it. Rebounded by the Lakers.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
And it's Rondo penetrating. Sweet little floater. He has 6.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Holmes with it. And McGee picks him up defensively. Shot from 12. Jump shot is good that time. Bogdanovich has got 7 now in this quarter. Now here's Rondo. He has 6. Over to the left wing. Here's Kuzma. Good. And it's Rondo who picks up the assist. And that's 12 points for Kyle Kuzma.
Hey, whatever adjustments they made at halftime, they are working to perfection.
You know, they came out of the locker room, revved up the gas pedal, and haven't slowed down yet.
And so it's Los Angeles, sitting on a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. Back to the action after this word. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. The Kings trail by 21, and a look at the 5 for the Kings to start the 4th. Harrison Barnes is out there with Nemanja Bjelica. Then there's Bogdanovich, and there's Rashawn Holmes, and it's Farrell in at the point. Just 5 on the clock. McGee against Barnes. No good with the layup.
And physically, there's no doubt they've been the stronger team. A +10 rebound advantage tells you all you need to know.
And for Sacramento, they're shooting a pretty low 34% thus far. Bogdanovich, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to be on Avery Bradley. Mark, the two-way contract, a relatively new invention that gives players time in both the G League and the NBA.
I love it, Kevin, because it's another pathway for those aspiring to be NBA players to have a legitimate shot to make their dream come true. The G League is just a notch below the NBA in terms of overall talent. And so I love the fact that players who desire to be pros can have a pathway to get to the NBA by being part of the G League as well.
And these G League players are having an impact, aren't they? They're making a difference on a lot of teams.
40% of the players in the league have spent some time in the G League, so it speaks to the impact the G League has on the NBA.
And he sinks the second.
And one of the problems in the first half, that shoddy work at the free throw line. They needed to fix that, and they've been much improved since the break.
And it's blocked. Barnes with it, picked up by Kuzma. Count it, good. And that's 13 points for Barnes.
Boy, strength and body control on display there from Barnes. I can tell you what, he's got a competitive spirit to him. He doesn't want any defender to get the better of him.
The drive by Green, and here's Bradley from three. A three-pointer is right on target. And the Lakers lead by 21.
Three-point shooting since the half has been about as good as you could ask for.
And now's the time for them to step on the gas pedal. Don't let up. Keep letting it fly from deep and build that lead. Play through the finish line, not to it. Keep the pressure on.
Final quarter here, and we're just over a minute and a half through it. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Clark, take us inside the halftime locker room in the NBA.
Well, players typically just regroup individually. There may be some conversation between the players as a group, but then the coaches will huddle, evaluate what transpired in the first half, what adjustments need to be made, and then they'll communicate that to the team. And it's basically a time to rest and regroup for the players to adjust and strategize for the coaches.
Clark, do you think there's any videotape review in there, maybe showing players certain sets, certain schemes?
In this day and age, for sure, with the use of iPads and technology. If you go back to my time, there was no quick turnaround of video in the halftime locker room.
Right, right. I do know officials do that, too, in their locker room at halftime. And he's good on the second.
Yogi Ferrell is still young and has a lot of potential, and to me, he's at his best when he's looking for a shot.
Outside, Green. Here's Caruso. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists in the game. And here's Ferrell. He'll bring it up for Sacramento. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Barnes against McGee. There's the three, but they recover it. Here's Ferrell. It's stolen by Green. Bradley with the ball. Now guarded by Bogdanovich. A pull-up. Here's McGee. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Hey, you know, guys, McGee has won back-to-back titles with the Warriors. You know, that's not too bad for a journeyman.
Look, do you think we in the media overemphasize championship rings when talking about an individual player's legacy?
Yeah, I think when you talk about an individual player's legacy, a player can be a champion without a championship ring. I know there's another level of champion which includes a championship ring, and sometimes it gets distorted in my estimation, because an individual only has so much impact on a team being a championship team. There are no individual team champions. Teams win championships. Being a key player or a role player on a championship team is certainly worthy of recognition and being held in high esteem, but I don't like to see championship caliber players being diminished in the court of public opinion because they didn't win a team championship ring.
Like Stockton and Malone.
Exactly. You could go down the list, a number of guys who just weren't, for whatever reason, able to get the ultimate in a team championship, but had championship Hall of Fame career.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Yeah, double-digit advantage on the scoreboard. They've taken the initiative. They've played, I think, with more purpose so far.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And at only 6 feet tall, Farrell has gumption. Not afraid to take it in amongst the trees.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
Clark, the NBA gives out so many awards at the end of the season. Is there an award missing that you'd like to see?
You know what? I think they've got the bases covered really well with the number of awards they give out, Kevin. But I would like to perhaps see consideration given to a sophomore campaign award. That would be kind of cool because sometimes the rookie of the year, at least recently, has been a little cloudy because a rookie had been in the league a year. Ben Simmons, case in point, and then was counted. It was actually technically his second year, but his first year of playing. So a sophomore award might be something that's worth adding to the list.
That's a great idea.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Pass to Barnes. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. 6 on the shot clock. Shoots over Bradley. Bogdanovich, no luck. LA has gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the fourth quarter. Green kicks to Caruso. The dish to Bradley. Fires for 3. They get it back. Here's Kuzma. Misses the baby hook. For Sacramento, they've gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. Here's Holmes. That one misses. Excellent D that time there from McGee. To the paint, here's Bradley, and they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And some changes here for the Lakers. Jared Dudley's checked in for Kyle Kuzma. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope comes in for Danny Green. And Quinn Cook subbed in for Alex Caruso. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Dwayne Dedmon's checked in for Rashawn Holmes. Giles comes in for Bielitsa. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Harrison Barnes. And James subbed in for Bogdan Bogdanovich. Regarding super teams, Clark, you and I have talked a lot about this. Many fans view them in a negative light, but they're actually something we've seen around in this game for a long time.
Yeah, you're right. So often we become prisoners of the present and we forget about what transpired in the past, but the Celtics in the 60s were as dominant as any team in the history of the game. The Lakers in the 80s, the Bulls in the 90s. But I guess fans have a complaint because they feel those teams came together more organically compared to what seems to be a movement by free agents that has led to dominant championship teams, although the Warriors pretty much have built their championship team through the draft.
Daniels, he's checked in for the Lakers.
And being over the limit this early really can affect your aggressiveness defensively. They have got to play under control.
Shooting 2.
The first free throw is good. He's off on the second.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Guys, that's putting it mildly. I mean, they've been absolutely dominant.
McGee dishes to Cook. And it's Sacramento with the rebound. Farrell's got 4 rebounds in this game. Lays it up and banks it in.
Looking very comfortable close to the basket. I mean, it's important that Farrell keeps finding ways to capitalize from there.
Cook looking it over. For a while now, you and I were just talking, we've had a rule that a team cannot go without a first-round pick in consecutive years. Could it be time to lift that restriction?
I certainly wouldn't mind discussing lifting the restriction, but I like it as it is on the books because it does lend itself, I think, to competitive balance. And that's important in the strength of a league.
He gets that one.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Lakers leading by 23. Pass to McGee. And there's the foul. It's on Dwayne Dedmon. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly a foul of frustration right there.
Not his best moment. Obviously, no one on their team's happy right now, but you shouldn't be taking that frustration out on your opponent with a poor foul.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Anthony Davis is checked in for Dudley. Green comes in for Caldwell Pope. Bradley's checked in for Troy Daniels. And James subbed in for Cook. Back to LeBron. Over Joseph. And LeBron with the basket, the assist by Green. Green's got 4 assists in the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Lays it up off the glass. 19 points for LeBron.
You know, at 6'8", with the ball skills that James has, he handles it like a guard. He can get wherever he wants to off the dribble.
LeBron against Joseph. Inside. Holmes with it. Back to Joseph. Over Davis. And Davis sends it back. Floats it up for Davis. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Boy, LeBron's vision is second to none, and his decision-making just as good. Slick pass there.
Joseph against Davis. And Joseph kicks to Barnes. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
They're trailing, but they are really battling, working the ball down low, getting good looks in the paint. The inside game much improved from where it was in the first half.
And Los Angeles will go for a different look here. Jared Dudley's checked in for Davis. Caldwell Pope comes in for Danny Green. Daniels, he's checked in for Bradley. Rajon Rondo subbed in for LeBron.
One shot.
That's good from Barnes. Clark, last season we saw more of the global game series from the NBA. A couple games in Mexico, one in England. It's nice to see.
Yeah, it really is, because I actually 6 years ago had a chance to be with the Pacers in the global games in the Philippines, and then Taipei, Taiwan with the Rockets. Great experience for the players and the organizations. It's an additional level of travel, no doubt, about a week to 10 days where you're in another country, but it's great for the game, and it's great for the fans in those countries.
The line for two.
That free throw, no good. Trevor Ariza's checked in for Sacramento. Yogi Ferrell comes in for Corey Joseph. He hits the second from the line. Sacramento's gone 0-3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Passes to James. It's Ariza on the wing. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. Ariza's got his first 2 points of the night.
And Ariza has great confidence in his shot, a dynamite catch-and-shoot player.
Here's Here's Daniels. The shot that time, not on target. James with some nice D. Here's Farrell. Rondo with some nice D. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Lakers. Outside for Caldwell Pope. And the Lakers with another miss. The Kings shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. Some nice ball movement here by the Kings. Ariza with the buckets.
Poise is so important for any player, but Ariza demonstrating poise when he's in the paint, looking to score.
Rondo finds Caldwell Pope. Any changes you'd like to see made in the process when players and teams are fined for any number of things, incidents on the floor or off the floor?
Well, I think there's a place for fines and the different amounts depending on how egregious the act is by a player or team makes some sense. I think having different categories, but I'm one that would rather hit hard and less often. So I think if you want to minimize the number of finable offenses, then make the penalty be greater for those things that are finable.
Back to LeBron. Outside Bradley. And stolen by Bielitsa. Outside Joseph. It's stolen by Davis. Healed against James. Floats it up for Davis. And the Lakers turn it over again.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
The Kings shooting at 36%. They really seem out of sync offensively. Green against Barnes. On the wing, Hield. Fires from 18. It's Bielitsa. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Great job of crashing the offensive glass. He stayed with it. That's hard-nosed, tough basketball.
Down low. Here's Green. Back to Davis. Left side, Bradley. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And here's Green outside. Hits the three-point bomb.
And Green is a world-class sniper. Laser. An excellent shooter. Great at getting his puppy set on these shots from deep.
Ball's knocked loose. It's stolen by Bradley.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Lakers.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this was a great team effort by everyone.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Davis.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Some changes for the Lakers. Jared Dudley's checked in for Davis. Troy Daniels comes in for Avery Bradley. And Quinn Cook subbed in for James. They've shared the load offensively.
And guys, they've put the defense on their heels. You can see right now they're trying to react, and that's what you want when you're in a rhythm offensively.
Here's Gabriel. Sacramento again missing. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here is Cook. He kicks it to Dudley. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Farrell. And he converts the layup.
You make your teammates better by giving them good passes. That one was perfect.
Here is Cook. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that about does it for the first game of the new NBA season. For Greg